Welcome everyone. Today I want to talk to you guys about a product that was sent to me for review a couple weeks ago. So some of the more keen viewers may have noticed that I have swapped out my chair for the last 2 weeks, and indeed I have. Today's video is going to be my personal review of the Ewinracing gaming chair that I've been using. Now I will disclose that I was not told to say only good things about this chair. This will be a 100% honest review of the chair and my experience with it. So yeah, it's this chair that I've been sitting on. If you guys have been seeing my content over the past few weeks, I've definitely been trying my best to break it in, just try everything that I could do with it, sleep in it, eat in it, as much as I could to test it over the last 2 weeks. And boy, oh boy, do I have some things to say about it. So let's start off to talk about the specific chair that I received so you guys have a better reference point, right? So here it is on their website. Now, when I received the chair, it was certainly heavy, and even with some damage to the box, the thing was built like a tank, sturdy, strong, and had no defects. I was able to build the chair by myself in around 15 minutes. Now, I have built 2 similar gaming chairs prior to this one, so it may take people a bit longer, but don't worry, it comes with a handy instruction sheet that breaks down everything for you, so you just follow it step by step and you'll have it up and running in no time. Alright, accessories that were included were the head pillow and the lumbar pillow that were noticeable. Personally, I don't enjoy the lumbar pillow that much because it just edges my butt out a little too forward and it gives me some lower back pains after a while. So I have not been using it, but it is there, right? The head pillow though does feel sturdy and has been really nice to use. Although I do wish it could have been a bit bigger, but apart from that, it's been nice to rest on. Now let's talk about the general quality of the build here. The fabric and foam feels high quality. The seat is soft, but it doesn't sink, right? The fabric is soft, but also thick at the same time. So there's that feel that when you sit on it, it gives just enough for you to feel comfortable, but it doesn't really distort out of shape. Even after hours of sitting on the chair, I've never felt like I was overheating or just general discomfort from it, so that's definitely a win. The fabric doesn't distort, as I mentioned before, and has retained its condition after 2 weeks. Now I know 2 weeks is not a lot, but keep in mind this is like of daily usage of up to 10 hours, right? A lot of the times I'm working from home, and especially when I'm playing games and making YouTube videos for you guys on here, I'm just sitting in this chair. So it's really held up the durability test, at least for the 2 weeks. Maybe I'll make a video in the future updating you guys, maybe like 6 months, a year, but I can't see this chair just falling apart out of nowhere. So far it's been good. The one thing that I did notice is that because I have 2 cats, their fur started to stick to the fabric, and that's due to the finish that I have chosen here being fabric. Of course, they have leather options as well, but then if you have cats, you know, picking leather might be questionable depending on how crazy your cats go with scratching and stuff like that, right? So I picked the fabric, and I did have some cat fur started to like ball up and stick to it, but you know, it's a minor issue. I don't mind it so much, but just letting people know, for those who have furry friends at home who shed a lot, you may find some of their shedding sticking to your seat. Now let's talk about these armrests. Or like, these armrests have a plastic look to them, but they actually have a hard foam finish, so they're not plastic. It's not like hard plastic. They're actually soft when you press down on them, and they do sink in a little bit when your arm rests on them. So if you end up sitting in your seat and use the armrest for like 8-10 hours, your elbows and bones don't start to ache from the hard plastic. So yeah, they're soft, not hard. So the armrests also have omnidirectional mobility, making them incredibly easy to adjust to your liking, front, back, left, right, inwards, and even outwards, right? Top notch as per the industry standards for these kind of gaming chairs. However, when it comes to those who are extremely particular about the right height for their armrest, due to the adjustment height being preset, meaning like it kind of locks in increments, like goes up and down, it's not like smooth and you can just like do the finest of adjustments, you do end up having to play around with the seat height sometimes, which I had to do. You know, like I have pretty particular needs for my armrest, so I had to play a little bit with the seat height because that is very finely adjustable, but yeah, these armrests were not. Again, I haven't really used the gaming chairs that have fine-tuned adjustable armrest, so you know, I really wouldn't make it a fault. I'm just saying, if you guys definitely feel uncomfortable, if the armrest was even off by like 0.5 millimeter, you're definitely gonna have to play around with the seat height to compensate for the lack of maneuverability when it comes to height adjustment for the armrest. Now when we talk about adjustments, we have to talk about reclining, right? As you would expect from a seat of of this caliber, you do have access to the almighty 180-degree reclination, which is great for taking shorter naps or break times. I did try to sleep in this position, but after about 20 minutes, I started to feel a bit uncomfortable. I mean, you're shopping for a gaming chair, right? Not necessarily a bed, so you really shouldn't expect this to be your bed, but just letting you know, you definitely can rest in it. I've had pretty short power naps on them, and it felt great. But when we talk about reclining, this is also a good time to talk about what takes these seats to another level, which is the tilt back feature. Now, this is not reclining. The reclining is making this particular seat go flat, but the tilt back feature is like built into the base of the chair, where even when you're laid down, you can actually tilt further back. So the seat will lean even further back down to get you that full 180 experience. So you actually feel like you're laying flat. Now, for people who buy these kind of chairs or trying it out for the first time, it's a very weird and trippy experience. I found myself having trust issues when I first got my first gaming chair. It just didn't feel safe. I felt like I was always going to tilt backwards and the chair is going to flip. But sure enough, none of that ever happened. To my old chair, to this chair, it worked great, amazing, and actually puts you really in a surreal experience. It helps you with resting, closing your eyes, and actually falling asleep pretty fast, especially if you're tired and needs a power nap. Really, this feature, extra tilt, that extra little lean back really does help put you to sleep really fast and pretty comfortable. Just make sure that when you're picking out the chair, pick one that supports your weight, and don't cheap out to just be like, oh, you know, like I'm 20 pounds over, so it should be fine. Not a good idea, right? Pick one that is actually in your weight range, so when you use these features, the chair doesn't have any issues supporting you. All in all, the chair has been great, and I will be continuing to use it as my main gaming chair. For those who want to pick one up for yourself, well, you're in luck, because for those who want to pick one up for themselves, well, you are in luck, because you can follow the links provided down in the description and in the pinned comment and use discount code WALRUS in all caps for 20% off to let them know the Tusgang has arrived for early Christmas shopping. And thank you so much to Ewinracing for sending me such an amazing product, and my back really does thank you. So until next time, I urge y'all to stay safe. Peace. Bye.